Hi, I'm Becca, and this is my husband, Gabe.
That's me.
Welcome to the podcast celebrating Jack Russell Terrier dogs.
And all the joys of companionship with canines of every kind.
Each week, we'll explore all the heartfelt, humbling, and hilarious stories that only dog parents can truly relate to. We're Jack Russell parents. Hey there, puppy parents.
How you doing?
We're doing great as we restart our trendy New Year's resolution diet for the 1500th time. And it's only February. Oh my gosh. But try not to judge. At least we're trying.
Yeah, we even tried to be pescatarians for a while, only fish and veg for a hot minute when we were serious about trying to conceive, trying to avoid mercury and etc.
Yeah, and at various points in time, we've also tried gluten-free diet, which I'm mostly that still. Paleo diet, we've done keto, we've done the Daniel diet. That was actually quite effective. And then FODMAP diet, which is just not realistic, in my opinion. Felt better on it, but not sustainable. We even did those at-home food allergy tests to formulate our special diet, which I think has helped because we've cut some things out.
This is over a long period of time, not just this year.
Oh, yes, that's a good clarification. However, in the end, the problem has always been, I think, that we just love bread and bread-like foods.
A little too much.
A little too much.
It's true. You know, life is short. Tomorrow's not promised, so have a pancake today. And a cupcake.
Overall, though, we are conscious about eating all natural, organic, homemade, and minimally processed food whenever possible. Even our cheats and desserts are as natural as possible.
Define most.
Duh. Anyway, our fuzzy baby Carson has had his fair share of diet changes as well. Not so much because he's concerned about trends or his weight, although sometimes it wouldn't hurt to be, I suppose. His first major diet change came as a result of his first major surgery. Yes, I said his first. While out for a walk in the park next to our first apartment, when he was about 7 months old, Carson found and ate a rolled up sock.
Yeah.
Long story short, it had to be surgically removed. Then for months afterwards, he was on a strict diet of just rice and boiled chicken. And he loved it, of course.
Yeah, he didn't seem to regret having emergency surgery.
No, he didn't. And since then, we've tried a variety of foods based on our pup's age, product availability, and our, of course, fluctuating budgetary limitations.
He's not a cheap date, that's for sure.
No, but he's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
And we've always steered toward the most natural options that we could afford in that he would eat, of course. Like many dogs, he's very picky. And Carson is currently enthralled with a salmon-based food, and we mix it with a weight management version of his favorite dog brand because despite having oodles of energy, Carson is a little, thick.
Chunky monkey.
He's a little chunky monkey. And by the time he was fully recovered from his knee surgery, which was his second major surgery, it was already freezing cold here in Texas, and so it's been hard to get him out. You know, we have a few sunny days, we walk 2 days in a row, and then it's really cold for like 3 days. So exercise has not been consistent, although we're getting back into the rhythm.
We haven't trained him to use the treadmill yet.
Yeah, that should be his next trick for sure. That or a Pilates routine, maybe. No.
Okay.
Speaking of health trends, just like human food trends that come and go, we have some interesting doggy food trends to discuss today. At petproductnews.com, the World Pet Association discusses 3 prominent pet food trends of 2022.
Puppy parent alerts. Before attempting any dietary changes, it's best to consult your vet and be aware of your particular pup's caloric intake needs.
Absolutely. So the first pet food trend is organic natural ingredients. The article states, and I quote, "Sales of natural organic food have been growing for years, with 82% of households in the U.S. buying organic food on a regular basis." That means at least just one organic item per shopping trip. And that's accounting for 5% of the total U.S. food sales. And organic pet food sales are close behind. And when buying holistic dog food, owners not only want optimal nutrition, they also want food that can boost skin and coat health, good digestion, and joint strength, end quote. And our boy Carson has his fair share of allergies, which result in skin and coat issues. And so watching his diet is a vital part of keeping him healthy.
The article adds that Chewy, the large online pet supplier, conducted a survey of 1,500 dog and cat owners. 73% of owners stated that their pet's health is as important as a family member's health. And like us, the owners bought food that mirrored their own diets.
Yeah, and the second prominent pet food trend is vegan and vegetarian diets. The article continues, quote, as more Americans embrace plant-based diets, many pet owners are also seeking to feed their dogs in accordance with their values. Fruits and vegetables are becoming more common in foods for their nutritional value and flavor. Even though many people consider dogs to be carnivores, dogs can benefit from the fiber and antioxidants in berries and vegetables, including strawberries, raspberries, and sweet potatoes. Additionally, while dogs need protein, some owners are choosing foods that contain alternative sources, end quote.
Some fun trends going around the web are homemade pup-friendly ice cream made from yogurt or charcuterie boards like charcuterie boards featuring a variety of alternative meats, cheeses, and fruits.
Oh my gosh, Carson would love that. I didn't know that was a thing. That's pretty cool.
That would be fun.
We should totally try those ideas. And he loves having his own plate while we're eating our own dinner. So that would be perfect.
I don't think he would appreciate the artistry of the layout, but he would appreciate the amount of food.
Yeah, he would gobble it up too fast to even notice how pretty it was. And the and the last pet food trend is sustainability. The article notes, quote, it's important to note that the concept of sustainability goes beyond ingredients. It also influences choices of packaging and operations. 84% of respondents in that Chewy survey indicated they are interested in homegrown, domestically produced food. Even beyond where food is sourced, customers are also interested in how animals are raised, as well as a manufacturer's commitment to sustainability.
You know, it's great to hear that people are being more conscious of the fact that we only got one Earth, and we have to do what we can to not be part of the pollution problem.
That's right. And that concludes the top 3 healthy food trends of 2022. Now it's time for Puppy Parent Replies. We took to social media to ask, is your dog on a special diet? And of course, we learned a lot about how y'all care for your pups. Maritha T says, fresh food. I would say fresh food is absolutely essential, but if you need to use kibble, right, because a lot of us do, frankly, time management, all sorts of things like that, maybe just mix in something fresh, like a bit of boiled chicken or sweet potato. And my mom makes her dogs, and my brother's dog, homemade fresh food all the time because she has the margin in her life to do that.
God bless her.
Yes.
Jan A says, raw kangaroo meat and vegetables.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, we tried raw food once, you know, the kind that you can buy in the pet food stores. It's in a little cellophane tube that you keep in their fridge because it's raw and it would rot. And he about lost his mind.
I think the raw portions in there, it took him back to his true wild nature.
Yeah.
He got aggressive, y'all. Like, and
was a
we
little
had
pushy.
to be like, no, you can't have this. Sorry, this is out of control.
Yeah, felt like I was back in high school getting shoved around the locker room.
Stop it. Oh my goodness. Next, we have Rudy G, who says Hills Z/D. So that's a prescription dog food. And he says it's expensive and he's a pig. 13-pound dog eats like he's a 50-pound dog. I feel like I can relate because Carson is insatiable too. And every time I'm in the kitchen, there are these little eyeballs staring at me from either on top of the couch or right down at my feet. And dogs really don't have, that ability to think, hey, this is unhealthy for me, or I shouldn't eat that because it will expand my waistline, So,
or his neck bulge.
Or his neck bulge. And all the more reason for us as their caretakers to make sure they're getting a healthy diet.
Our final puppy parent reply is from Lori A. She says, seafood diet, seafood and eat it. The opposite of what we just said. I'm on a seafood diet.
I know you are.
Well, a sea cake diet. Now it's time for Insta Dog of the Week. This week, we have an adorable pair of Jack Russell Terriers named Mags and Barley from North Pole, Alaska. Alaska.
Let's go. Anyway, sorry. I love the movie The Proposal. Great reference. And I love how we get to know people from all over the world. It's so cool. Anyway, before we dive into Mags and Barley's Insta page at Mags letter N, Barley, we have a wonderful voicemail from Mags and Barley's mama, Christy Spector in Alaska.
Hi, Becca, Gabe, and Carson. I'm Christy from North Pole, Alaska, and I have an 8-year-old Jert named Barley and a 6-year-old Jert named Maggie. Like so many others, we fell in love with the breed when our daughter discovered the show Wishbone as a child. We were unable to find any small dogs at our local shelter when we moved to Alaska, and we had no room for a larger dog in our cramped military housing, so we put that on the back burner for a while. When we bought our own home and had more space, we ended up with an adorable little Labrador puppy, and a couple years later got another one to keep her company, and they lived to be 15 and 13 years old. Since we can't be without dogs in our life, we decided to maybe give the little ones a try, and Barley just sort of fell into our laps one day. He was so well behaved and so cute and smart that we decided to get him a playmate. Enter Maggie, who is a typical Jert through and through. And we still haven't totally forgiven Barley for tricking us like that. They can both be challenging, but as we all know, it's worth every minute because the rewards of their loyalty and companionship far outweigh the challenges. If you'd like to follow the adventures of our Arctic pups, they have an Instagram account called Mags and Barley. That's MAGSNBARLEY. Thanks for listening.
Well done, Christy. That was fantastic. And I love that you call them a Jert.
I don't know how we've had Jacks our whole life and never heard Jert before.
No, we always say JRT, but it's kind of like, here in Texas, we have the grocery store HEB, and you and I call it the Heb. And people look at us like they don't know what we're talking about.
Crazy.
It's the Heb. It's HEB. I love it. And I will admit, Christy, that the first time I heard you say it, I thought you said, I have 2 jerks.
Also tracks.
Yes. I was like, well, maybe that's what she means. Thank you so much for sharing. That was so fun. And I love that you said you could not forgive Barley, or you're still working on forgiving Barley for deceiving you like that. And Maggie's the real deal JRT, man. She's a real deal jerk. Awesome. So Mags and Barley's Insta bio reads, Barley of the North. I live in North Pole, Alaska with my mom and dad and my little pain in the bum sister, Maggie. Hashtag Polar Barley. Here is my favorites on their page. So as we've already said, it's the North Pole. So there's a little video, and the first image in this video says North Pole, partly cloudy, -24 degrees. And then the next clip is a little video of both the pups in their jackets and their little booties so their feet don't freeze. And it says, when it's this cold, we are adventuring, just going out to pee first thing in the morning.
Oh man.
But they're like galloping out. They're kind of excited, it looks like, to be out and in that snow. So that's pretty crazy.
They do love playing in the snow.
Yes. And then one of my other favorite pictures is actually summertime. So yes, they get some sun in the summertime and they get to be outside. And there's one picture of them just sitting on a patio chair together and just basking in the glow of the sun. They are so cute, y'all. You got to see them. Gabe, what's your favorite picture?
I think my favorites are the ones where they're staring out the window at the snowy wilderness, like wishing they could be outside.
Yes.
But man, once you get into the negative Fahrenheit numbers, I'm done. Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the meme that they posted recently. Things I have in common with a raccoon. Dark circles around the eyes, eats junk, cute, a little chubby, I will fight you, possibly rabid. And so it's a picture of a raccoon's face and then her pup's face, Maggie. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is so fantastic.
And I like that they have a variety of Jacks running, or Jerts running around their homestead.
Yes. We're going to use that forever now, Christine. These are jerts. I love it. We love Mags and Barley. Be sure to follow their Winter Wonderland adventures at Mags in Barley. And you too can be as awesome as Mags and Barley's mama, Christy, by leaving us a voicemail at jackrussellparents.com/showcase. Just click the big red button and record from your laptop or phone. Super easy.
Super easy.
Thanks for listening, folks. Whether you live in the cold or the heat, your pup's diet is vital to their health and happiness. And in the words of Truett Cathy, food is essential to life. Therefore, make it good.
11-year-old Walter just may die of boredom during the most boring summer ever. While exploring an abandoned garden, Walter discovers a mystical elf world where all dead plants spring to life at his touch. The downtrodden elves think Walter is there to save them with his new life-giving powers, to defeat the wicked Ichabod von Snothook before he sucks everyone's joy dry with his never-ending list of rules. Walter will need to use his best power yet, his imagination. In a dying, oppressed world, one boy has the power to bring freedom and life. Walter Plume and the Dehydrated Imagination will take you and your middle grade reader on a thrilling journey while igniting the depths of your imagination. Boys the Book says, beautiful imagery leads to spectacular world building in this fantasy that will leave the young reader glued to the pages. Relatable characters add to the magic of the story with never a dull moment. Get your magical fingers on a copy of Walter Plume and the Dehydrated Imagination by Rebecca Lynn Morales, now at Amazon.com. Find out more at walterplume.com. Let Walter and his story awaken your beautiful and creative imagination.
Did you enjoy this episode? Did you learn from the content? Or did you just have a good, relatable laugh? Well, now what? It's time to subscribe, follow, keep listening, and give a positive review on the Apple Podcast app. Then share the podcast with other puppy parents. This will allow us to connect you and your friends with fun, dog-loving content week after week. Until next time, this is Becca and Gabe, the Jack Russell parents.
Say bye, Carson.
We'd love to connect with you online at jackrussellparents.com or on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at JRT Podcasts. That's at JRT for Jack Russell Terrier Podcast.
The Jack Russell Parents Podcast is produced by Earball Audio.
Jack Russell Parents is brought to you in part by Super Chewer. From the makers of BarkBox, Super Chewer is a themed monthly delivery of toys and treats made especially for dogs who play harder and demand a challenge. Simply go to jackrussellparents.com and click the Super Chewer link to enjoy their great offers while also supporting our podcast.